Conventional sealed-type loading boxes have been using small forklifts to manually load and unload cargo in a complex process. Open-type loading boxes are the cause of scattered dust, pollutant leakage, and falling objects. They also have bad aesthetics and cause various other societal problems. This new cargo loading technology can make easy to handle the cargo loading part out of the loading box. So loading and unloading is easy and quick. It is an economical system that can save time and efforts. This cargo loading system is designed to load and unload various types of cargo. We have obtained international patents from advanced markets such as EU, USA, Japan, China, and Russia. The overall principle of this loading box is driven in the x-axis and y-axis directions for road, sea, and rail transportation. An overall overview of a cargo loading system describes, based on this technical, is described with a case applied to a shipping container mainly used for road transportation. This is a dock. Most of these devices are made to be foldable and disassembled, for better use in space, and for portability. The dock can be manufactured in one piece. An embedded dock is applied to large logistics warehouses and production facilities, where work is standardized to facilitate storage. It is usually a simple, prefabricated, 3-stage folding structure, but I will describe it as one-in-one. Since this dock is separated by a frame part and a rail plate if the container is not loaded, and when loading and unloading from the floor, the rail plate can be separated and used according to working conditions and circumstances. If offset and levels are correct, some or all of the dock system can be omitted and loading and unloading work is possible. The vehicle reverses and moves to the dock. An arm, connecting rail, and slope safety device are used from the front to couple the dock to a container. As the entire arm moves up and down, the container and arm hook are fastened. The arm is made in a turnbuckle. When this part is turned, the arm body extends and retracts while the front and rear spacing is adjusted, based on the axis of rotation at the center of the rail, plate, and dock, can be connected to the container box. Fasten the extension plate for an end out of the loading box. The connecting rail is made of long hole, so there is room at the front and back for installation. Then the connecting rails and slopes are fastened. If necessary, install a slope, which is a speed reduction safety device. After fastening the extension plate, connect in rope and out rope to the extension plate. The in and out rope is pulled in the opposite side by a switching direction sheave. This information features rope tension method used in any loading and unloading sites. An extension device can be used in warehouses or factories where a fixed type is installed. When the conveyor chain type or hydraulic pneumatic method is used, the loading plate is connected by an automated link. Without the need for extension devices, loading plates can be automatically fastened hydraulically or mechanically without calibration of dock height difference, rail angle, and connection arm fastening. Pull the in rope to take out the loading plate. When the loading plate is withdrawn, keep an eye on the rail wheels passing the rail bridge. Let's go over functions and characteristics of rails and wheels. Wheels and rails are for alignment, support, and drive. The thickness of wheels and rail are in contact with one another. If there are no rails in a horizontal plane, the wheels can move freely and infinitely with or without rails on the floor. When the container is not loaded on the vehicle, and loading and unloading is taking place from the floor support and height calibration can be achieved with wooden blocks. Rails can be replaced with pipes. Loading and unloading can be carried out with a steel plate or flat floor without rails. This is the structure of the locking system. Locking of the front part and side center and final locking are performed at the same time. When the loading plate is ejected, it is locked automatically. Let's check out the final locking system. This is the internal structure. Insert the pin, made with long holes, into the hole and fill the clip. When the upper screw is turned, the center plate moves right and up to fix the entire locking device securely. This is where the cushion rubber on the bottom and top is installed. At the same time, it moves in a zigzag motion to provide cushioning. The device provides shock absorption. It is also applied to the locking of the front part and side center. And we also have assistant final locking. Hinge and stopper are detachable. A hinge provides flexibility with gap. Use these as necessary. The hinge locking system and stopper, which are required for railroad and road transport workbenches that move along the axis and y-axis, are designed to be opposite to each other on the workbench and inside sealed loading box. The detachable stopper can be used for all stops at the desired location and emergency stop when the loading plate for road transport, shipping container, and rail transport is driven by the x-axis and y-axis. The device ensures wedged fixing and for deactivation of wedged fixing. When the overall locking is complete, a large load can be loaded. Cargo that is heavy, thick, long, and of large volume, that cannot be loaded into the container's sealed structure, can be loaded as follows. A large amount of small cargo can be conveniently loaded through the open loading part and height adjustment structure. Secure the cargo through the lashing hole provided on the side of the loading plate. When the work of fixing the cargo to the loading plate is completed, simply release the final locking and pull the rope back. The loading plate moves into the sealed loading box by rope tension. Rope tension through a winch guide can be provided by a forklift, car, or manpower. When force is applied to rope, the other rope is linked with a forklift, winch motor, and reducer to drive and control it by hand. The winch guide allows to change the direction of the applied force to pull and stop the rope without being limited by angles such as vertical, lateral, or parallel directions. This information features the rope tension method that is used in any loading and unloading sites in all terrain except for common driving methods such as conveyor chain type of fixed loading and unloading workbench and hydraulic pressure. Where there is power, the method of pulling and stopping the rope is used with a slip type winch motor used in ships and industrial applications. The side center locking and front locking are automatically fastened when the loading plate is in. Final locking is performed manually. When the extension plate that connects the vehicle and the dock, the connecting rails, and fastening arm are released, the vehicle starts. This system can be applied as various types of loading and unloading docks that are omitted and not expressed in the video. For example, by engaging the trailer chassis instead of the dock in the video, loading and unloading can be performed. Of course, the same application applies to X and Y axis drive. When loading and unloading loads in the longitudinal direction, like the shipping container in the video, the loading part can be applied as a 3/4 stage, disassembly, and connection type. In this case, the dock length is shortened to 1/3 to 1/4.